Well, hello, my friends. I'm here with another video for A Hop with Ginger's Corner, Around the World Children's Book Edition. Down below, you'll see the link to the playlist and all those who are participating. I hope you go over and check them out because there's some extremely talented scrapbookers there. And I learn a lot from them, and I've enjoyed watching them. And I'm relatively new to videos, so my channel has just started not too long ago. And this particular book edition, I have a 2-page layout that I'm going to share. They're companion pages. And the book I chose for this layout is Martina, the Beautiful Cockroach by Carmen Agradidi. Okay. Cockroaches to me are not beautiful. Oh, I could tell you a story about cockroaches that when I lived down in Louisiana and was in graduate school, that my apartment had an invasion of them, and it took a while to figure out where was the nest that the bombing, the whole apartment hadn't reached, and it was behind the stove. And once I pulled the stove out and then treated for the cockroaches, they were gone. But let me just tell you, it was not the most wonderful experience that I had in Louisiana, a place that I really, really loved when I was in graduate school there. Okay, so this book, Martina, the Beautiful Cockroach. The beautiful Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha doesn't know coffee beans about love and marriage. So when suitors come calling, what is she to do? Luckily, she has her Cuban family to help. While some of the cucarachas offer Martina gifts to make her more attractive, only Abuela, her grandmother, gives her some useful advice. Spill coffee on his shoes to see how he handles anger. At first, Martina is skeptical of her abuela's suggestion, but when suitor after suitor fails the coffee test, she wonders if a little green cockroach can ever find true love. I think Abuela was very smart. To earn your bookmark for this book, you must complete a layout about the love of your life. You must include a coffee embellishment and tea stain paper. You can use ink to simulate the tea stain. And so the first page of my layout, the love of my life, and I have a question mark here, love of my life. Is it my husband, Jay? Or is it a latte at a coffee shop? And yes, Jay is the love of my life. But this is about a date that we went on to a coffee shop. And I think this was 2015. No, not 2015. Pardon me. 2024, I think. And Jay and I went on a date to a coffee shop, and that's what we did for a couple months, went to different coffee shops. And my husband doesn't drink coffee, but I do, and he loves food, so they always have food. So this is about the love of my life, and when it said tea stain, I used brown to make coffee stain rings. And then I thought, oh my goodness, when I read the requirements again, it has to have tea stain paper. Or tea stain paper. So here, underneath this label that says, yes, Jay is the love of my life, is some tea stain paper underneath this little journal box. And then you see my little hearts. And my husband, this says so sweet. I cut out the flowers and the coffee bean heart from the paper. This paper is the Echo Park. Hopefully you can see it without a glare. The Echo Park coffee, which I have for when I go to different coffee shops. Love that paper collection. And you can see I used a couple background papers. I was using a Scrapbook Generation by Allison Davis 6x6 paper pad, and this was 3 squares of paper and it's in the second 6x6 paper pad volume 2 edition by Allison Davis. And so that was the sketch I used. It's paid for, so I can't really show it. I did take the paper and I cut out these flowers and I put it up on fun foam, and then I had a bunch of embellishments from the collection itself, and I also had a bunch of die cuts from Pink Fresh, because I have taken all of my coffee, all of my food embellishments from all of my collections, and I put them into one container so that when I want to do a foodie layout, I know exactly where I can find what I need. And so here you can see I have an espresso maker, a coffee cup, I guess it's a bag of coffee. This says good morning. This is the flower that I put up on fun foam. Underneath here it says coffee, which is from the branding strip of the Echo Park collection. A little coffee pot here. This is from Pink Fresh. This coffee, no talkie. Or wait a minute, it says coffee before talkie. And this comes from the collection itself, My Rocket Fuel. And this cup, I think, come from Pink Fresh Studio. I like big cups, and I cannot lie. And I really like some of the sayings here on this paper. May your coffee be strong and your Monday be short. And this is also, I like big cups, and I cannot lie. Coffee, coffee, coffee. I'd stop drinking coffee, but I'm not a quitter. So these really, they really speak to me. So this was the first page of the layout. And you can see we're at a coffee shop. And the second page, the companion page to this layout, also has the coffee stain. It also has a tea stain paper, because right here, this journaling box that says a date with Jay at the Busy Bean Cafe in Victor, New York, June 12, 2024. And so this is my tea stain paper. And this is Busy Bean Cafe that I downloaded from the internet. This is some of the paper from the collection. This says love of my life. And so here you can see my husband, Jay. And that particular day, he was making faces at me. And so I just kept taking photos. And this kind of reminds me a lot of Mel, from Mel's W Scrapping, and her husband. And so it really kind of cracks me up, and it makes me think of her husband and all the wonderful layouts she does of the faces that he makes. So yeah, it must be that Jay also has that little quirk that he loves to make different faces. And so I actually kept those particular photos. Up here from the collection, I did a banner. And this is flowers cut out from a fussy cut from the paper. And then a lot of these embellishments are from Pink Fresh Studio. This is Coffee Date, Coffee Home. This comes from the collection. First I drink coffee, then I do the things. And that is so true. In the morning, I drink my coffee, and then I will do the things. This is from Pink Fresh Studio. This and this are from the collection. This says So Sweet. This is a random puffy coffee cup that I've had for a very, very, very long time. And up here it says the love of my life. And here you can see my husband being silly and my husband eating, because that is what he loves to do. When I go to get a cup of coffee, he finds something to eat at the coffee shops. And so this was for Martina the Beautiful Cockroach, that particular book. And to earn the bookmark, I had to do a layout about the love of my life. So that's my husband, Jay. And I was kind of toying with the idea that it might be my cup of coffee. You have to have a coffee embellishment. I had quite a few. Tea stain paper. It's small, but it's there. And so I just have to make sure that when I post this on Ginger Corner's Facebook page, underneath the image of the book, that I tell where each item is, and especially the tea stain paper, because it's not very obvious on my layout where it is. This is, once again, Around the World, Children's Book Edition with Ginger's Corners. Be sure to try and go check out all the other people on the playlist. They have been filming a lot more than I have, and they are very good, and I get a lot of inspiration from them, and I hope that you get to play along with us and try to win a prize, but just share what you do, because we have a lot of people on Ginger's Corners Facebook page that are very, very talented, and I so enjoy seeing their layouts. I hope, my friends, that you have a very crafty week and that you get time to go into your crafty space. Have a happy day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye, my friends.